Hello, hello, amazing humans. And today we're going to be diving back into ClickUp as we have been before, as we continue with this series. If you haven't caught the ones before that, go ahead and do that as I am kind of building these in order. And today I really want to dig into all the intricacies of a task. Okay. We're not going to go advanced. We're going to go more basic, intermediate, but not like super advanced. Okay. So we're going to share advanced for a different setting. Okay. I am again in our test account here, and we have overdue things. So for one, I'm going to show you how to do all these things in a task. So we're just going to go ahead and you can create a task from anywhere if you're using this widget down here. Okay. So this is considered your tray. And if you can have different things turned on, if you click this, you can decide which ones you want to have pinned. These are the ones I choose to have pinned on here. So I can create a task from anywhere. If I click on this task, I type in the name. So let's see, what do we have to do? Make phone call. Okay, because we're just going to have fun with this. And then we click on where does it need to go? And we do want it in actions item, so we're going to keep it there. Remember, if you are the only one in your workspace, it'll automatically assign it to you. If you are not, you have to click on it and then select who it needs to go to. And then you can then put in whatever you want here. But I want to show you what this looks like in a big form. So we're just going to go ahead and create the task. And because it's going to show up right here, it'll be super simple. Okay, so it automatically defaults it down to the to-do space here. So it says make phone call, and we're going to open it. Now, this is what your task is going to look like in general. So before I go any farther, now, how can you add a task from right here? You can literally choose a task right here, type in something, hit save, and then you can open it just like we were before. Okay. If you want to delete a task, since we're deleting it, you just click on these three arrows, click delete. Okay. So make phone call. We're going to open this up. So I'm going to go over like what is this showing you? All right, a task is a subtask, or a checklist is actually the smallest, but we're not going to go in depth into any of these things. This is an overview for the sake of this video, okay? So we have what we call the status right here. That's like the process or what it's identifying. Normally you're like, it's a to-do, it's in progress, or it's completed, okay? So you can easily click on these. If you click on this arrow to move it to the next one. If you want to set it as complete, you can just check mark it right here. This is your priorities. Okay. This is the name of your task. This is the description of your task. You can put whatever you please here. So make phone call, maybe who the phone call. So we're going to put name, right? We're going to put Jenny with a J, not an H. Jenny. We're going to call Jenny. We're going to put her phone number, right? Okay. Completely random phone number for the record. And then maybe what we want to call Jenny about. So call to check in on what is needed for call. Okay, or what is needed for session, maybe. Okay, depending on what this phone call is about, right? So you can have all this stuff here. It automatically saves. All right. We're going to go over here. It's going to tell you that it was created this time, and any kind of changes that I make, it documents it right here. So I have the time turned on, so I could, when I perform this task, I could actually start it. So I can manually put it in, or I could just press the start button, okay? And you can, this is an easy way to track billable or not billable hours too, okay? That's kind of cool. All right, so then we also have the due date. Okay, the due date, without going in depth too much here, we have a start date. So it'll show up in home at this time, and it'll show up in home until this time as still a current today task. Okay, it's not going to show it's overdue until the due date is overdue. Okay, so these are our pretty much like our quick select things, right? So we want to make sure we have it highlighted. So start date is today. We're going to have the due date as next weekend. Okay, and then or you can just literally click it, as you can see, and you click down and it now has an end date. Okay. So I don't want to go over reoccurring in this video, but there are reoccurring abilities, but we're going to do that in a different video. So if you want to go more in depth, totally check out some more of the videos that are past this one. All right. So then you can also go down here and add subtasks. I'm not going to go into the difference between subtasks and checklists other than one point here. Is that a subtask you can assign to somebody else or yourself. checklists just kind of live inside this task and you can't assign anything to them. You can check it off, but that's it. Okay. So that's the only difference here, but you can also check these. Make sure that you assign any subtasks to yourself so they can show up in your home, and make sure you assign the main task to you as well. That's also very important. So you can simply type this in here. So make cheat sheet for meeting. Okay, maybe that's an example. Okay, we want to make sure it's assigned to us. Okay, and you can put a due date on this. Okay, this looks exactly like a task, doesn't it? But it is different. So we're going to put this one, I want to make it on that day. Okay. And of course my X is hidden by my face. So a subtask is going to show up with this little thing. So you can tell it's there. All right. So back into here. A checklist is something similar, but like I said, you can't assign anything, literally just an item. Okay. But you can check it off. I guess you can assign it to someone. This is an improvement. This is new, but you can't put a due date on it. There we go. You can assign it to yourself or whoever, but you cannot put a due date on it. Okay, so that's the difference there. And then you can attach anything that you want here as well. So this is your comments. Okay, comments in here are basically like updates for myself, or if you're having a conversation with one of your team members, like you can easily comment right inside of this task and keep everything centrally located. And as you can see, as I've been doing things, it's actually been keeping track of everything that I did. Kind of cool, right? And this is watchers. Watchers are people that are, this is if you only have more than one person, of course, it's not assigned to them, but they want to be notified when something changes on the task, and you could actually add them as a watcher if you choose to. If you create a task, you are automatically added as a watcher, just for the record. So you're creating tasks for other people, but you don't actually need to be notified of the task or any like updates and things, then you're going to want to remove yourself as a watcher, just for a little tidbit in here. Okay. So that's the intricacies of a task as an overview in ClickUp. I'm going to be going more in depth into some of these things as well later on. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, and even if you want to click the notification, so you know that when I drop one new video every single week, but I drop it Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so you can also check every Thursday as well. And I actually drop my podcast on here as well on Tuesdays. So you can check out all these things, subscribe so you're notified of all of this, and go ahead and drop any questions that you have below. If you have any topic requests, you can go ahead and put those in any of the videos, and I will get those and add them to my topics list. All right, have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope that you're enjoying some of these tutorials here for ClickUp. Bye for now.